How's it going, everyone? Fawn's Iron here, back with another video. Today, we have a great matchup on our hands. Nick Walker from the 2024 New York Pro going up against the reigning champion, Derek Lunsford, from this past Olympia. You know, before I get into the video, I would like to say I apologize. I haven't posted in a while. It's been almost 2 weeks. There were a few issues I had to iron out with my whole process of video creation. And this attempt, as I'm recording this, I'm not even sure if this is going to work, but let's hope it does. Moving into the first pose, the front double. Starting off, both of them look incredible, with very distinct strengths and weaknesses. Looking at Nick, he's the clear advantage in the arm department, having the much bigger set of guns. The main difference between these two across all these shots will be how Nick has both size and detail in spades, whilst Derek dominates through his structure and shape rather than his size. At least for most of these shots, that is. However, Derek's silhouette is perfect, showing tremendous upper body width, lat flare, and a small, cinched waist. I'm going with Nick in the front double, though, as he has a better set of arms and is showing far more detail across his entire body. In the second pose, that being the front lat spread, neither gentleman excel in this shot. Nick due to his structural weaknesses, and Derek due to not showing any of his lats. Now, that could be the lighting, but I don't think it is. Although, I will still give it to Derek, because Nick's structure, it doesn't fit the pose at all. Moving on, we have the side chest. I'd give this one to Nick. Now, Derek does have some redeeming qualities here, like that gnarly side leg. I mean, this is almost in the same class as Big Ramy and Sean Roden. The level of detail here is unmatched. Not that Nick is a slouch in this area either, but you know what I'm saying. But Derek's upper body is far too smooth for him to pull away with this victory here. Moving on, we have arguably the most important shots in this whole comparison that could determine the whole thing. We have the back double. In the back double, while both of them are world class in this shot, it's an obvious win for Derek, in my eyes. He is one of the greatest back doubles in the history of this sport. With how much width and thickness he's displaying in that back, it's almost impossible for anyone to stand up to him. In the lower body, whilst not having the best size, is peeled out of this world. Derek's glutes remind me of Flex Lewis. They look so dug in with those deep, deep cuts. It's really remarkable. Nick looks incredible as well. This is also one of his strongest shots, but at this most recent show, for whatever reason, his back wasn't popping as much. And Derek is just in another realm, so this shot goes to Derek. In the second back shot, the back lat spread, again, I have to give this to Derek, although Nick does fare better here in my opinion. Derek is just showing more width and detail yet again. Nick looks great. His hamstring detail from the back is ludicrous. It's out of this world. But if you notice, his lats are asymmetrical. I'm curious as to if he might have sustained an injury recently, as this issue had just shown up from this show. It wasn't prevalent before. Overall, though, this shot does go to Derek. Getting close to wrapping it up here, but in the side try, both of them are solid. For me, though, I'd have to give it to Nick. The arm and delts are thicker, and he's showing so much more detail in the upper body. Now, Derek still has that insane side leg, but Nick is no slouch in this area, as I said earlier. Nick will take this shot. In the ab and thigh, these two are completely different. Derek has the better taper by a canyon-wide margin, and also has the better shaped quads due to having better outer sweep insertions and muscle bellies. Nick has the more defined abs, however, even if Derek was flexing them rather than hitting a vacuum. But in this pose, while I do like when the competitors show their abdominals rather than hitting a vacuum like Derek is doing, Derek's shape is so far superior to that of Nick's. In the final shot here, I'd say this is an absolute slaughter for Nick. He's taking this pose easily. The most muscular is his calling card. He's eating Derek alive. He's showing so much more detail everywhere, and his arms and delts smoke those of Derek's. This isn't even close. And to wrap things up, this comparison was extremely close, but I do believe that Nick slightly edges Derek out. Nick is so much sharper in the upper half from the front and side, and he's equally as detailed in the lower body. Nick's strengths are just too overwhelming for Derek. Nick Walker's the winner. Once the Olympia rolls around, we will get to see the true rematch between these two. But alright everyone, that does it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, go like and subscribe to see much more of this type of content coming soon. If you have any suggestions for video ideas, leave them in the comments or DM me on Instagram. My Instagram is in the description. This is Fonz Iron, signing out.